Okay, so welcome back to the adventures of Shiayu and friends, and we just read the last two pages of her journal. We did some little quest in the time revealed area, but now we're back to take a look at some of the latest mods from the Morrowind Madness, I think. And I think we started one of them, or maybe it's a little from a previous uh, Morrowind outdoor competition. Not sure about it. Uh, this one found this note. Yeah, well, must be. We could just look for this summit or try and see if we can find another. Uh, I think a Khajiit, if I recall correctly from the mod readme, that should be nearby Voss. Because this is one that should start one of the latest mods. So let's take a look at that. Yeah, things works. So I think this Khajiit should be on the road to Voss. At least from the readme. Okay, not a Khajiit. So road to Voss, a Khajiit. Should not be difficult. Well, we have lots of people here because we have other mods, obviously, but road to Voss should not be hard to get a Khajiit. They are all Dunmas mostly. Oh, here a Khajiit. And Shiayu is ready for the task, I think. Okay, so we have two mods that are asking us to go in that area. That's good. Let's see. And so we started the quest for the Hollow Colossus, which is one of these mods I just installed recently from the Madness competition, I think, or the Morrowind Marathon, because I always confuse one with another. But you know, there are two main modding events each year for Morrowind, so it is one of them. One is for single modders and one is for teams, and this is the one for teams. That usually makes the most spectacular mods because most more people is more work. So mods are usually more complex, uh, more big, and so on. Also more buggy usually, but that's another story. Uh, but we have, as usual, at least 4 or 5 super interesting mods that's been released. And all in all, I think they are uh, probably even uh, less buggy than usual because in about a week, I think some of them have stopped releasing patches, so it means they are not so unfinished as sometimes happens. But I just waited about a week and then I tried installing uh, the most interesting ones. And all in all, most of them uh, seemed like uh, not having big problems, at least from a technical point of view. Them, uh, the internal logic and questing, that's another story because quests are very complicated to debug usually. So it takes only playing the mods to find. But in any case, super interesting mods with tons of special effects and uh, wondrous things to discover. And so this is one of them. Probably one of the most interesting ones because in theory it should uh, show us some locations coming from uh, Daggerfall or even Arena. I don't remember where the Hall of Colossus uh, part is coming from, but it is one of the two big games released before Morrowind. But anyway, we must find these bandits first. So we going to the south, looking for the Dynam camp. And also we could also seek for the Amit because uh, we have also this mod. A smaller mod, but still an interesting one. It is asking us to find this scholar. Another Khajiit scholar? Yeah. Khajiit are all the rage as a scholar lately. Uh, Probably because they are the most funny and interesting characters, usually. Because, dark elves are great, but they are not uh, as funny, usually. Oh, and this thing is from another nice old mod called The Seekers. If I recall correctly, from Dale French, and that's a nice mod. A classic one. We have these super fast creatures. Oh, a, a dark seducer? No, a golden saint. My friends are really powerful. Ooh, look at that. Look how beautiful those clouds Love them. Okay, we are killing all the dangerous animals and monsters. While naturally being high level means that monsters are not so uncommon, sorry. Uh, oh, and this is another mod from. No, it's a standard tent. But anyway, we need to a little gore. Let's go to the south, looking for Falling Serrano and the Zina camp. Ooh, this is a big one. This is another super scenic mod by Kat Katja Karel. Not sure if I am using the correct pronunciation, but I think she's a lady, a girl, mother, doing some very nice scenic mods. And this is nice because it is uh, almost compatible from the start with most things. Oh, we have also some nice uh, Silt Striders over there. Uh, so this is almost compatible with everything because it's been placed in a part where there is no uh, not a big density of other mods apart this shrine, I think, added by another mod, but with a few tweaks, little tweaks, can be made compatible also with that direction. Oh, this one is big. Oh, 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 oh. This one is dangerous. We need some help here. Probably. Ah, maybe not. It was big. I think those ogrims are one of the most dangerous things added by some creatures mod. They hit like trucks, but ogrim behemoth, I have my friends here that are super powerful. Well, Land Black, which is one of the NPC added from Morrowind Comes Alive, is nearly dead, but I think I can heal all of them. Let's try this one. Now I got this special area spell that I use with my companions, which is cure common disease, restore strength, restore speed, restore endurance, and restore some health. But especially the restore strength and speed and cure common disease are very useful with companions because they tend to be very sensible to those kind of uh, dangerous effects coming usually from some undead enemies. So it's very uh, practical to have some other spells helping them. Because in theory, some of them should be scripted to cure themselves from these things, but in practice, uh, those things don't work very well. So if you have several companions because you like to play with a lot of them, or because you are testing mods for companion like I do, well, having your special spell to cure them all, usually it is it is worth if you are high level enough to make these special spells uh, easily, that is. But you can also buy the spell and from some, well, if you know the basic components of the spell, you can go and buy a special tailor-made spell for you from some mage, usually. Okay, so we have... I see over there something that reminds me of a stronghold. Probably one of them. Oh, we have a tent here. A friendly Ashlander group. Hello, True Lost. Boundless. I am fine, thank you. I've been busy with our games mostly, but I'm fine. Also busy updating for uh, this bunch of new mods, and most of them require the latest version of uh, various other mods like terminal data and OAAB data and so on. So I have also updated those things. And it's not a super easy task if you want to keep using previous saves and so on. But all in all, it seems that things are working well enough. So testing these new mods, hopefully. Oh, the full of big, big enemies here. This one is super big and strong. Wow, what's that? A giant heart golem. Coming from... Oh, I was talking about upgrading and... what could be? Coming from Morrowind Advanced, probably. An old mod, still very worth. I think Morrowind Advanced, the original basic one, first version, was coming even from one of the original game developers. Then the mod has been updated by other people too, but it's coming from one of the original uh, game makers, and well, the name says it all. It is a mod adding some high-level creatures and monsters. Uh, so it is still worth if you want a challenge. And I was looking about one little problem that I found with. I'm not sure about it, but maybe one of the add-ons for tiny rebuild and uh, how is it called? The graphic herbalism was changing one of the meshes for the eye stars. Uh, but there are mods that are still using the eye stars, and this eye stars is a creature originally, while the mesh used uh, in this plugin for um, graphic herbalism is something that is not compatible with that creature's animation, so it was giving crashing errors. So if it happens that you have some crashes talking about some eye star animation not working, well, that's probably the problem. This replacer is uh, basically using an incompatible mesh, so probably you need to uh, put back the original one if you have this kind of problems, but it depends if you have some other mod using that old uh, old mesh mod. I think there are very few mods using, but for instance, I'm using that with the um, expansion of water life, using those old timey rebuilt creatures, which is still working if you have the proper meshes. Anyway, we have something there which is not a stronghold, so let's keep going south. I'm not going south. Yes, I'm what's that? Saturday tomorrow. Look at this. Yeah, I love to showcase my food freeze mod. Oh, look at this. The one killing most creatures is Latte. How are you, Latte? Oh, oh, over there we have a stronghold in the distance. And that is a golden saint. No, yeah, she is. She is highly resistant to magic. She's bleeding red. I'm not sure. A grand golden saint. And she has very worthy loot. Oh, Shani took that. Right. Okay, this is an area with the stronghold and the usual uh, big monster. Where is my preferred summoning? Oh, this one also hits like a truck. Look at Portia, you dress. Oh, she's almost red. Okay, this is the ruins of Valencerano mod, which is spicing and adding more ruins, basically, and some statues. I know lots of people hate the statues. I'm not so intolerant, let's say. Lan, how are you? Lan is the one uh, less resistant to magic, probably. That's strange because I think he's a summoner, something like that. A necromancer, probably. Oh, maybe he's sensible to fire. Should not because he's a dark elf, but maybe. Okay, so this is the area where, in theory, we should be able to find this hermit. Not sure exactly where. Let's see. The journal. So we have 1 kg to find a researcher. That should be um, looking for an Ashlander hermit somewhere to the northeast of Valencerano and southeast of the Zyna camp. So maybe it's easier to start from the Zyna camp. And then we have another one to find near the Zyna camp. So let's go there. Try to get there. Not really good with orienting myself. I need to see things from a hill, probably. Okay, so we are more or less at the same latitude, about Mora, and we need to go far to the north. How nice! Goza, always nice to find. Hello there, Victor. I'm trying to find a couple of Khajiit. Uh, I think 1 Khajiit and 1 Hermit. That should be not far from the Xenon camp because we have a couple mods that are starting a quest uh, in a similar way, finding uh, some people nearby. So let's see. We have to assist this Khajiit Margo. Farm tools? No, I like Khajiits. I think they are the most funny race, uh, interesting race to talk with in all the races we are available. Okay, so this is Timza Youth. This is a special mod, the Ashlander Tent mod. Basically, this is uh, a Dunmer sorcerer, something like this. Is able to enchant your special uh, tent, dynamic tent that you can use as a mobile, a mobile house. And there's a quest for it, and you have to find uh, some artifact to power the dimensional door that you use inside the tent. I must press just once. Not super easy. And once you have uh, found the staff, and I think it's a staff of Hazudoki, if I recall correctly, found this artifact and pay for the magic. In theory, you can have this special tent if it works, because maybe I have. Oh, now it's okay. Uh, so basically, I have this tent. I think I have placed it nearby. It should be near the tent of Timsar. Jula, come here. Can you move a little? Let's see if I can go out. No, faster to do so, like this. Okay. Should be nearby. Ah, here it is. This one. Save. Okay. So basically, uh, the one problem with this mod is that it is a standard scripting mod. So, oh, poor Lan is really suffering from a lot of uh, bleeding. So we can try and heal him. So in theory, it should work with the other companions, but doesn't always. Oh, he's following, but and when you have developed uh, the whole tent, you have this dimension, special dimensional link with this shrine that you can use to teleport to various parts of the land. So, oh, this is a joke from the Jula mod. This special armor is part of the story. I don't want to spoil it for people that did not play the mod yet, but it's a joke, a special joke in the mod. But there's a meaning for that kind of ridiculous colors for that armor. So there's a reason for that. But anyway, we're back to. But the big nice things of this stand is that you can take it and put in your inventory, and then you can place it somewhere else. And then you have the teleportation that you can. Ooh, look at this! I just love the latest version of the Clouds mods by Tal Volov, because I think that's really uh, a great improvement compared to the previous version, because the clouds are much more uh, believable. And it's a mod. One of my how can I say my mods that will stay there. I think while I'm still able to run them, which I hope will be several years regardless of um, problems that could happen uh, with memory limits and so on. But we just found workarounds for that recently, so maybe we can still add mods and keep on playing with bigger and bigger Morrowind World without crashing after half an hour. I'm happy you are managing to use my Morrowind World because I realized that it's not easy uh, because basically if you don't load things in proper order, they are not tested much. Basically, it is uh, everything I place in that big folder, and then I am playing with a lot of mods, and then I am testing mods, and so it's not really made for other people to play with. But I think if you understand more or less the right tools you can use, which is basically using mesh and then uh, those two or three utilities, then you can play. And well, the world is very big, and all in all, I think at least the mod used in the list are very uh, compatible each other because I worked a lot on that. So at least the ones that I have played should be uh, robust enough and be more or less compatible with each other. There are some mods that I have not yet tested, played completely, so those are compatible in theory from a technical point of view, but not yet tested. So there may be still some problems there, but all in all. And one thing that I suggest if you want to try a new playthrough is to use the starting mod, the quick MWSE version, generating the possible destination using the data batch file. Because this way, each time you start a new game, you basically start in a different place, and it's a great. I just always start the game in this way. And my first quest is to find a way to go back to Vardenfell from uh, anywhere I could be starting the game, and that's usually a lot of fun when you are low level and you have to struggle to survive, and it's a game in the game. Also, it's a way to appreciate the variety of the possible location that you can discover with all this mod installed, especially landmass mods. But anyway, still in Wonderful. Well, a heavily modded one, but still in Wonderful. Looking for this possible Hamis near the Zena camp. So we have this rim cave, which I don't really know. The tomb, we have the camp here. No, this is uh, the youth. Okay, where is? Let's go north and near the Zenith camp. Oh, this also, I think this is, yeah, the cavern going to another super big and super nice mod, which I have not started yet. So also that one is something I like to stream. Uh, if you want to use some uh, face, I don't think that should be difficult because basically a lot of the heads, at least the not those hand painted textures, but those coming from some photographic material are heavily used with also by uh, famous models like Wesley. There are still some faces that are coming from famous actors or actresses. Maybe they are a little tweaked, but it should not be difficult to take your photo or your wife photo and make some special faces for them. I remember that was some kind of request that a lot of people made to models at the time to have their characters in game. It should not be difficult. And screen black. Oh, I hope I do not forget because usually screen is becomes black if I forget to remove the DXV key uh, DLL because it doesn't work with my streaming setup for some reason. I don't know if it is a problem with my graphic card and OBS and uh, that that mod basically, but if I forget that, no, it's disabled, so it's not. So it is not working for uh, how's it called? I never remember. So I'm using Restream to stream on YouTube, and that's working usually. Ah, okay, thank you. Now I want to know because I think I have found what the problem was, and it was that I was using the XV key while streaming, and basically I don't know why, but it doesn't work. Uh, After a while, it freezes the screen for, especially for Twitch, I think. For some people, and also I can see this in the output of the OBS. So it's a problem. Somewhere there's a problem, compatibility. I don't know if with the kind of video card and OBS and but because I talked with other modders, I talked with Dana and other modders, and they don't have this kind of problem using the XV key with the while streaming. So maybe it's a combination of things, or I'm not using it correctly. I don't know. Uh, but usually I remember to disable that before streaming, and I just checked and I'm not using it, so things should work. Uh, it's true that usually it works better on YouTube than on Twitch because Twitch has uh, less bandwidth, and so every now and then it doesn't uh, sync correctly. Change the last level from 20 skill back to the leveling. Yeah, I have set it to require 12 sorry 20 instead of 10 points, if I recall correctly, because uh, I find that I was leveling up too fast. uh, it's a personal setting, but it's very easy to change if you don't like it. It's in the gameplay ESP mod. It's just a game settings. You can just reset it uh, to the standard values, or you can use some mod like the cheat mod. You can change the game settings directly from there. It's a game setting. If you look in Morrowind scripting for dummies, there's a table at the end of the book where most of the game settings are explained. So it's one of them that is telling the game how many levels you need before, how many progress you have to points you have to progress before leveling. So normally it's 10, and I have set it to 20 because uh, playing this big world I usually and also I'm using about 4, 5, 6 times scale. So I do a lot of things in a day compared to the original game, which is using 30, I think, uh, time scale, so a lot faster. And so you do less things in a single day in the original game. Using a lot time scale, you do a lot of things, and so you level up faster. So personally, I like to slow that progression, and that is a way you can also tweak the advancement uh, by which you level your skills, but uh, it's a simple way to do that. Also, there are mods. I think there's a mod by Night Cascade that is making that dynamic. So uh, I think the higher level you are, the slower is the progression, something like that. But it's very versatile because these game settings, uh, some of them are not hard to understand, and they can change a lot of the gameplay. Also, there are tons of mods tweaking them, so probably you can find easily uh, one that suit your taste. I think there are some that are using some fixed multiplier uh, 2 times or half the time, something like this. All right. I don't remember what I was. Oh, looking for this. I don't know the race of this hermit, probably. But at least I know that it should be not far from. from the camp. So the camp is here. These are nasty little monsters, very strong for their size. Okay, we are in the Xena camp. Let's ask around. Mm, no topics. Oh, I've seen something. No, do not crash. No, no, no. Oh, crap. The game crashed when I been able to see a promising topic about one of those uh, quest givers. And I hope that's not a problem with one of those mods because it's a little strange that the game crashed right there before opening that dialogue. Usually it happens while fighting or changing cells, entering some big city, but opening dialogue like this. Oh well, we'll see. Oh, you have matched the two Morrowind crafting version together. That's a big one. Oh, the warning usually gives you some info, but I hope to be able to open that dialog window because from there I can get probably even more information from the console, or at least understand if the problem is with that NPC or from coming from dialogue or things like that. Hmm. I think I was testing a mod that should be able to get more information uh, from the dialogue about uh, the mods, changing that Not sure I have it installed. Okay, kill that thing. Oh, right. And I think this NPC was not far from here, so we got to reach the camp first. Hmm. We cannot really move the map a lot. I think that's because we have 0 cells loaded. And so basically we have 3 cells and uh, and 3 cells. We cannot see more than this. A reflect spell on followers. And it helps with, well, I think a spell like this could be very useful in certain games where, uh, like, I like to play, for instance, uh, Cypher in Pillars of Eternity games, and that uh, limits you a lot on your targets. So it would be nice to be able to play certain spells that you can only use on other people, on yourself, and maybe this kind of reflection could be a mechanic added also to Morrowind to make some kind of reflection spells more interesting. So maybe a super powerful spell that you can only cast on other friendly uh, companions, and so that's a reason also to give them some reflect spell. Could be could be interesting. But I think one of the most uh, creative things you can do in Morrowind is try to experiment with spell because uh, you can do crazy things. There are so many of them, and also I have often heard from people saying that the standard vanilla spells are just stupid because they are not really useful. They are so short in time or uh, with very low effect that they don't really make sense. Increase one of your stats for 5 seconds, but the reason is they are there only to teach you how to make your special tailored spells. That's the reason why. So you can buy one of them for cheap, basically just to learn the effects, and then you use these effects to buy what will really become your special spell that you will use uh, as your magic, personal magic. So very few spells are ready to go, so you can use them in all the game. Most of them you have to be creative. Well, I don't mean creative like using game glitches like the one with the there was one famous one with the uh, there was some soul captures with the feather effects. I don't remember, but basically there was a way to make uh, the cliff racers fall down using a special feather effect, 1 second feather effects, I think. So they killed themselves just that way. But personally, I think that my simple, most effective spell is just some simple magic bolt, magic missile, damage alt. This is, in my opinion, the best destruction magic effect because nothing resists simple damage health magic effect much. If you have decent willpower, this spell is absolutely something that will kill everything. So there's no need to make some very complicated things with other uh, reduce resistance to uh, some elemental effects and so on. Just damage health works with almost everything. There are very few high level creatures like Golden Saint or things that are resistant, but not much to this kind of effect. So, very simple. You can scale, you can buy your first special uh, effect, like 20 points, or and then the more powerful you are, and the more powerful magic you can use. But yes, I think that it's not very common to find some other game which such uh, a variety of possible combination of magic effects. Okay, I have really lost the to the north. So we have a tomb. And here it is. So let's save here because I don't want to crash again. And I think I talked with the lady. Not sure about it. Maybe I talked with. Let's see if I can understand if this is a special one. Mm. I think it's coming from MCA, so not related to the mod. Mm. But I see no special topic, so not the right one. Not this one. Could be this one. Let's save. No. Or maybe the topic is just something random. Could be also that. Okay, this is the topic. Maybe it was a crash due to something else, I don't know. Okay. Okay, so nestled in the hills, west, south, west. Right, let's go. So we're looking for a cave entry. Aha, could be this one. A dead rat. Yeah. Oh, I trapped a barrel. I forgot. So this is my mod, which is dynamically trapping things. You tell the mod to trap by default barrel too, but we can disable this thing if you want. Let me check this. But first I want to move this thing. Can I? Yeah. Okay, so the mod is more traps. You can tell the mod to not trap barrels anymore like this. I usually let the barrels enable. It depends on how you feel like. For instance, I think trapping barrels is very proper in. Oh, I'm missing a texture here. Okay, that's one of the things that probably are in the warnings. So we are missing some texture, probably changing version of some terminal data or something like that. But usually, or bit data, usually things works when you are just missing a texture like this. Yeah, probably this one. So maybe I forgot to install something or there's something missing from the mod archive. Probably I forgot installing it. But we have this nice cave. Hmm, strange. Okay, so assuming this NPC here has some texture, can we talk with him? Yeah. Oh, he's a ghost. Oh crap. Okay. So a very dark cave, but that's something just realistic. And we have some nicely done. Oh, look at this. Decaying smuggle. So we got go in. Uh, I don't know. I will check, but probably I just forgot installing something here because a ghost probably missing some transparency, texture, something like that, or glowing effects, something. But the cave is very nice. But the ghost was talking about some dreamer thing. Alright, let's go deeper. Can we use this? No. Yes, we can. Something changed? Oh well, are we supposed to get this book? We can. A pack, bread, a guide, a key. Well, this seems to be the usual guide to Vattenfall. Yeah. And we have a glass lantern. Maybe I can tell my friends to get it. Yeah. Not a good idea. Now we need light. And then some egg. Oh, hmm. I'm sure I have some light spells. So there's a little difference. I think this was not in water. So basically, there's some mystery about passage of time. And there's no more music. Oh, I have a bad feeling about this. Ooh, here it is. Oh, look at this. Oh crap, the time is running. I am okay, I'm dying from necessities of Morrowind here because the time is going super fast. Okay, are we still? And we crash here. Okay, so first impression is that this is some kind of fantastic mod using some very advanced scripting, but I have already crashed a couple times, so mm, maybe there's something uh, to check a little better because uh, basically better to investigate the logs and see if there's some kind of problem. Basically, I don't think it could be a memory problem because we don't really uh, used to cross a lot of cells. But it could be if this cells is a super big interior. Maybe that's something using a lot of memory. I don't know. I will take a look at the logs, but let's see. Usually when you crash like this, no error messages. Okay, let's see. Memory. Oh, I was using a lot of memory. Let's see. Yeah, that's a reason. That's a reason of the crash. High memory usage. So I think there's something in the interiors SAS used by the mod, which is using a lot of memory. So uh, for me, this is causing a big crash. Um, so if you have a super big mod list, maybe better to try and spare a little memory. I don't know. I will try to, for instance, do not use um, NGEXC interior cells distant land because this way we can spare the memory used for the big interior cells. Maybe that will uh, allow to load that big interior cells without this problem. I don't know. Or maybe you need to use a less big model list to be able to avoid this crashing. But in my log, what I see is high memory usage. Maybe there are other reasons, but that's what I see basically. And there's also there are messages about, oh, I can just show you this because it makes sense as the game has crashed, but let's see, how can I do this? Uh, there should be a setting that allow me to do this thing. Let's see, this one maybe? No? This one. Okay, so as you can see here, This is the log basically. This is normal. You have activated the skeleton, no problem. Well, not much problem at least. Then we have journal, we have some messages from the mod. Stop heartbeat, and then we crash here. Basically, entering this big interior is using half a gigabyte of memory, which is not uh, something easy to load, but using less mods probably will work fine. I will try and see if I'm able to uh, use less memory and be able to enter without this problem. But for now, I think I will stop here because I have to check how to be able to use this mod without removing too many of my the rest of my loading list. But surely it's something interesting because I think there will be a lot of surprises in this thing, like accelerating the time passage and exploring this big interior, which I think will be some kind of endless desert, something like that. Well, I will try restarting the game once. Let's see if we can manage to enter, at least enter and see how this big interior like exterior cells or something like that. I think it's a standard interior with some kind of um, sandbox uh, ceiling, something like that. And this super uh, incredible never-ending desert. Maybe if we just start loading uh, already in the cave, we can manage to enter the place because I'm curious about it. Hmm. And the long time that it takes for MGEXC to start up usually means that you are using some super big interiors. Oh, okay. So this is the last save. We are nearby, but we are not inside yet. Let's see if we are able to enter. Okay, so here it is. Oh, we use our night eye. Maybe I can spare a few memory. We have the usual error message, but that's just a texture. and we know that's that ghost texture that is missing, but usually this is not causing big problems. So I have a night eye spell now. I can see better. Just to hmm, I think I will disable that thing. Okay, so we now know that we can touch the boat. Maybe it's better still to get some clue. Hmm. There's some gold bleeding here, but maybe it depends on the meshes. Okay, we touched the boat. Okay, so we read the book we know already. Take the book. We get the pack with the interesting key. Some bread. Okay, let's get some bread. We have some glass lantern. Let's see the map. So basically we entered here, took this uh, passage to the part of the this part of the grotto. There's some money, nothing really. And then we should start hearing, I will save here, hearing the passage of the time. And as we go, we can hear it faster and faster. Oh, really? Oh, we are in the desert. And we now, right. We still crash here. Okay, so no, uh, there's something wrong here, or really consuming some some big memory. But the problem is we had high memory usage, but not so high until the last loading cell, and then we have big memory usage like this. And then when you have this kind of low memory, any kind of problem may happen, like nothing is working uh, correctly anymore. So even loading standard meshes, for instance, this is the hair that my player is using, and it's not even able to load that. So the game just crashes. Okay, so needs tweaking, needs to use uh, l- less uh, a smaller loading list, or it needs to get some tweaks to use less memory. I don't know. I will try and play the mod with fewer mods loaded and see what happens. But for now, I will stop here. Thanks for watching. I hopefully next time we will be able to investigate more this very interesting mod. Bye bye.